Today, we're diving deeper into this intriguing subject. We'll start by discussing the fundamentals of the new financial system, its capabilities and benefits, and the reasons behind Western opposition. Let's jump right in. During the recent BRICS Summit in Kazan, Russian President Vladimir Putin emphasized the need for a new financial framework that could reduce reliance on the US dollar and circumvent Western financial systems. He argued that the dollar-dominated system is increasingly weaponized for political purposes, undermining its own credibility and stability. To address this, BRICS leaders talked about creating an alternative cross-border payment system that would allow trade in local currencies, shielding member states from sanctions and other external pressures. One significant proposal is called mBridge, which aims to use distributed ledger technology, DLT, to streamline transactions and reduce dependence on traditional financial platforms. Putin suggested that this system could offer BRICS nations a secure, cost-effective method for managing trade without Western involvement, potentially saving billions by cutting out intermediary costs. So what exactly is mBridge? Short for Multiple Central Bank Digital Currency Bridge, mBridge is a collaborative initiative led by the Bank for International Settlements, BIS Innovation Hub, alongside several central banks. Its goal is to harness central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, to enhance cross-border payments through blockchain technology. By addressing the inefficiencies of traditional payment systems, which are often slow and expensive, mBridge aims to create a more efficient and transparent international payment infrastructure. The key objectives of mBridge include speeding up cross-border payments, increasing transparency via blockchain, providing a platform accessible to banks of all sizes, and minimizing settlement risks that come with multiple intermediaries. The technology underpinning mBridge uses blockchain to enable secure transactions, allowing multiple CBDCs to operate together, and incorporates smart contracts for automated execution based on predefined conditions. While mBridge isn't officially a BRICS initiative, it closely aligns with the interests of BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, who are all keen to reduce their dependence on traditional, Western-dominated financial systems. There's also the potential for other BRICS countries to join or create similar platforms, fostering deeper financial integration. In recent discussions, President Putin even suggested creating a BRICS bridge based on technology similar to mBridge, aimed at enabling member economies to function independently of the US-controlled financial system. BRICS nations have been exploring the use of national currencies for bilateral trade to lessen reliance on the dollar. However, some members like India, South Africa, and the UAE are hesitant to fully disrupt the existing dollar-centric system. Western policymakers are increasingly wary, especially since China has been pivotal in providing the technological framework for mBridge. Some officials believe allowing China to take the lead on such a sensitive project could backfire, stressing the need for careful oversight of any shifts in global financial system. The implications of this could be significant, challenging dollar dominance while improving financial inclusion through more accessible cross-border payment systems that could benefit smaller economies and businesses by lowering costs. Before we continue, could you do us a quick favor? If you enjoy our content, please hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments. Your engagement really helps us grow. Thank you. Despite the revolutionary potential of mBridge, it also raises important regulatory challenges, including compliance with international laws like anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism, financing regulations, managing cybersecurity risks, and dealing with skepticism over China's role in global finance. The US has increasingly leveraged the dollar's global dominance to impose sanctions, particularly following the Russia-Ukraine conflict, prompting some nations to seek alternatives that could protect them from US influence. While the dollar remains the primary currency for international trade, platforms like mBridge could allow countries under US sanctions to bypass these restrictions. Augustine Carstens, the BIS General Manager, recently stated that the BIS cannot directly support any project associated with BRICS due to sanctions, which raises further questions about mBridge's future. In a surprising turn, the BIS is considering discontinuing the mBridge project after President Putin identified its technology as a means to evade sanctions and challenge the dollar's supremacy. Nevertheless, countries like China and Russia continue to explore similar initiatives. mBridge promises to facilitate global money transfers outside the traditional correspondent banking system, which is heavily reliant on the dollar and vulnerable to sanctions. Instead, it establishes direct digital connections between central banks of participating nations. In January, the UAE Central Bank successfully conducted a cross-border transfer of 50 million dirhams, around $13.6 million, in digital dirhams to China via mBridge. By June, the BIS invited private lenders and other financial institutions to participate in actual transactions. At the BRICS Summit, President Putin proposed creating a BRICS bridge similar to mBridge, which would allow member economies to operate independently of the US-controlled financial framework. While many support increasing the use of national currencies for trade, countries like India, South Africa, and the UAE are cautious about undermining the current dollar-centric system. In a recent statement from the BRICS Summit, the group expressed concerns about the negative impact of illegal sanctions on the global economy and called for reforms of the IMF and World Bank, but did not specifically mention the BRICS bridge. That wraps up our video. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you joining us today. If you found this content insightful, please consider liking and subscribing to stay connected with our community. Your support means the world to us. Check out another video from our channel, now on the screen.